Hey guys, so I just had to make this video right now because this story has literally just happened in my life. It is fresh and I thought it was worth sharing. So anybody who, I don't know, most people should know that I'm super into the law of attraction, I guess. I use it all the time in my business. I believe 100% that you get what you focus on in life. And I have this little story of exactly like just how it works, an example of how it works from yesterday that's just happened today, and I just had to share it. So let me know if you are watching. I think there's a few people that just jumped on. Hi Maya. Let me know if you do use the law of attraction or manifestation consciously at the moment. Whether you are using it consciously or unconsciously, everybody is still using it. You absolutely attract into your life what you think about, what you focus on. It can be things, it can be money, it can be people. In this case, it happened with a person. Hey Kerry, and one of my clients. Maya says, yes, yes, yes. Jen says, sure do. Excellent. So yesterday, like I've got so many stories, like this just happens all the time in my life, but yesterday in particular, I kind of took the morning off. I used to volunteer weekly with this lady in Brisbane, my friend Nikki. Well, I started volunteering with this program called Group 61, just a tiny little bit of backstory. 3 years ago, started seeing this lady every week and hanging out with her, and she has bipolar, and is kind of like being a friend for someone that has a mental illness. And since I moved house in November to like an hour away, I haven't seen her very much since then. So and it was her birthday yesterday, so we made a conscious effort. Like I got Jaden and took the morning off and drove to Brisbane and took her out for lunch and bought her some presents, and that was really nice. But on the drive, so I always think about my business, my clients, like people. I wonder how people are and what they're doing and stuff, like while I'm driving. I always have good ideas and things because it forces you to switch off. And so during the 1 hour drive to Brisbane yesterday, I was randomly popped into my head about one of my first, when I launched my Alpha program last year, one of the first people that joined that program, I had a really good conversation with about her branding, for how to brand herself, like her personal brand. Like I just have, you know, things that I like in the backgrounds of my videos, like color pink and just like fake plants and peace signs and pink globes and whatever. This lady couldn't, I'm not going to use any names just in case people don't want to be named, but this lady didn't know how she wanted to brand herself, and she just said it was difficult because she was so like eclectic and she liked so many different things. And I was just like, well, why don't you make that part of your brand? Like I incorporate pink and coffee as two things, but like I like so many different things, and I kind of incorporate that all into my business anyway, because that's just who I am. And when you brand yourself, like you want to do it authentically. Anyway, I was just wondering about her because she started the program, and then only a couple of months ago she had to leave the Alpha program just for personal reasons. And so I was just thinking about her, wondering how she was, wondering how she got on with her branding, thinking things like, you know, coming up with ideas for her even, because like that's how my brain works, and kind of visualizing her creating eclectic kind of brand images for her social media page, and just thinking like, I wish she was still back in the program so that I could give her all of these ideas that I had. And literally half an hour ago, or less than half an hour ago, I was sitting on the couch watching How I Met Your Mother after dinner, just having a bit of a chill time and scrolling my Facebook feed, which I shouldn't do, but I installed the app back on my phone today for some reason. I had to do something, I haven't deleted it yet, and went into my messages, and there's a message from her going, I'm signing back up to Alpha. I just emailed, like, let me back in. And I was like, oh my God, that's so weird. I was thinking about you yesterday. And then I just said like, how's your branding going? I was thinking about your eclectic branding, and did you end up doing that kind of like you know, just putting all of you into your brand or your social media post. And she was like, oh, that's weird. I used that word yesterday while I was talking to my graphic designer, giving her instructions on like the kind of like eclectic posts to create for my Facebook page. And I was like, what the actual fuck? Like, this is so weird. I'm like, what time was it? Because I was driving between 10 and 11 a.m. And she was like, yeah, it was in the morning when I sent the email explaining all of that stuff to my designer. And I was just like, what? So I'm like, I have to talk about this. I have to share it. I have to share it while it's fresh right now. So I literally just grabbed my phone, ran into the office, set it up, and now I'm making this video, which is a good example of acting in the moment when you're inspired to create content and things like that. Larissa's there. Hey, you have to go back and watch the beginning of this if you missed it, everyone. But it's just such a powerful story and such a great example of how the law of attraction works and how energy works and how thoughts work. Like, have you ever had one of those moments where you're thinking about someone and maybe wondering how they are, and then all of a sudden they reach out to you or you hear something about them? Like, there is just so much more to life, to human existence, than just surface bubble shit. Like, you can literally attract whatever you want into your life, and it happens whether you are thinking about it or not, whether you're focused on it or not. So I just wanted to share that as such a powerful, real example, and just as a reminder, I suppose, that you get to choose. Like, if you're conscious of what you're thinking about and what you're focusing on at all times, then you can actually choose the life that you want to live and choose the results that you want to get. And if you're always focusing on things that you don't have, if you're always focusing on things that you wish you had more of, like, if you're focusing on the amount of debt you're in or the amount of bills that you've got to pay, then you will actually attract more of those things into your life. Whereas if you focus on the clients that you want to attract, for reasons why too, this is the thing, you usually always have to have a reason. So I believe that I attracted this lady back into my program because I had a reason for it. Because I was like, I have these ideas for her, I want to help her, I wish she was back in the program. It wasn't just, I want a client to sign up to my program. See, so if you are, like, you can do it just through thinking about it and focusing on it, or you can actually write it down. Sometimes, like, I just do both, and it's just been a great reminder for me as well, because sometimes you just slip out of it and completely forget. And when you're just like reminded of, like, holy shit, this is powerful, I should do this more often with more stuff, then, you know, it's a good kick in the pants to get your act together and focus on what you do want and why. There you go. So that's all I had to share. I hope that somebody was inspired by it or just enjoyed the story. Comment and let me know what you think, or if you have a similar story or any kind of story like that. Like, totally share. Whereas Larissa says, even the women coming to the retreat, I only know 4 of the 8 coming. So amazing and so aligned and my kind of tribe. Yeah, perfect. It's so true. So you can have anything that you want in life. Everybody can, if you are focused on what you want and why, and you stop focusing on what you don't want. That's how you get it. Okay, good night, everybody. Victoria says this is so true. Yeah, it absolutely is. So everybody, before you go to bed tonight, or if it is morning where you are, start focusing on what you want right now and why. Write it down, make it a thing, stay focused on it, and it'll appear. Okay, bye guys.